spoke to someone and she said she was going to transfer me to you to do a report. I asked her name, but she said that she thought that I was talking to someone in my environment and thought I was asking them their name. Said that was weird. But nonetheless, your name is Officer Hal?
My name is Hallows, Hallows. My D number is 2768. I am a police officer with the city of Garland. How may I help you?
Okay, I just find it suspicious that for almost 10 years since I've been targeted, everyone is rude and upset. It seems prearranged. But yes, what I wanted to report is some circumstances I believe corruption and misconduct at courts. So I would like to get down, make a police report today of when I was at New Beginnings in Garland, Texas, sitting at a divorce support group, how I was assaulted and arrested, and then I was sent to jail for attending the support group, and I was deprived of my constitutional right to go to court. See, I'm getting gaslit by armies full of parties, and I need to derive a paper trail that multiple different people are playing mind games. So I did speak with Internal Affairs about the circumstance about you guys coming to New Beginnings in Garland and assaulting me and taking my freedom. But I'm reporting the courts today because they took my freedom, would not let me go to courts, and then go to court. In addition, I was violated and mistreated in the jail, in Lew Sterrett jail.
Okay, we can't do anything about Lew Sterrett at all. That would be something for the Dallas County Sheriff's Office or the Texas Rangers, depending on how high you want to go. If you're alleging,
what I think there's a disconnect.
Ma'am, please listen. If you're alleging a constitutional violation of your rights, you would need to contact a constitutional law attorney to file a civil suit under USC 42. Okay, that would be done through a federal court, and again, out of my hands and out of my jurisdiction. All right.
I just wanted to start by doing a police report. If you're not taking the reports and you repeatedly tamper with evidence, I just would like to do a report. Are you violating me and keeping me from...
Contact an attorney.
To do a police report, I need to contact an attorney?
No, ma'am. You need to contact an attorney to file a suit for what you're talking about.
No, I would like to do a police report. I'd like my report number.
We're depending on this.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So because I've heard it repeatedly over and over ever since I've been targeted. So now you need an attorney, which is impossible for me. But an attorney will help you report crimes and get put in prison, get police department. I'm just not able to speak, sir. And then you said that let me. It's deliberate. That's why I have a speech impediment now because of these mind games and having to endure this 10 years. That people scamming on the other end to cause psychological distress and not get accountability for it. I just wish that I cannot speak because I am paying this phone bill to repeatedly get violated on it. If it was someone else doing this, it's a charge to keep someone from placing their real cause. Am I able to speak?
You are speaking, ma'am.
Okay. So I think there's a disconnect. I want my report number because to report crimes that government officials are repeatedly committing. I'm being misunderstood.
What crime are you alleging has been committed?
Okay, so I was assaulted and arrested for attending a domestic violence support group.
With our internal affairs, that's been taken care of.
I would like to do a report on government officials committing crimes.
Which government officials are committing crimes, ma'am?
I would like you to do an investigation, your job, task, and responsibility to let me report that I was assaulted and arrested for that's a crime to assault someone.
Ma'am, please. If you believe that some government official is committing a crime, you're going to have to identify that official and give me some clue as to what kind of crime you think they're committing.
That's where the law enforcement comes in part of it. And withholding law enforcement, what kind of charges would that be for government officials to repeatedly do that? Let's talk about then topics on what crime would it be if government officials repeatedly racked up felonies for themselves and then slandered other parties to get away with their crimes. I'm just not really being heard. Why would I call the police department and the police department not want to abide by the law? I can't ask a question if you're deliberately talking while I'm asking the question, trying to be psychologically abusive, low key.
Would you like Internal Affairs phone number, ma'am?
I just don't understand why everywhere I'm calling don't want me to speak and then don't want to give me details. So I get it. You won't send yourself. You can't do the report. Okay, so you won't do the report on how the court. Where can I go to report that the court and government officials keep racking up felonies and nobody's holding them accountable?
You can go anywhere you want, ma'am.
I call those. Law enforcement won't tell me. You don't want me to have an avenue to send you to prison.
You're more than welcome to call the Texas Department of Public Safety, which are the state troopers. You're more than welcome to call the Texas Attorney General's office, the U.S. Attorney General's office, the FBI. Any of those law enforcement agencies are open to you, ma'am.
Okay, so call them because this is out of control. I don't think that this has already been going on 10 years plus. I don't think I deserve to continue to go through this. And I can't be nobody will put you criminals under control. It just hasn't been done in all this time. You have completely out of control. And all you do is
So far,
slander
ma'am,
me,
you have not
start
committed
arguments,
crimes.
blame me for crimes you repeatedly keep committing. That's abuse. And no one keeps hearing my cry, my family, everywhere I'm at, churches. I don't want to continue to live like this. You've robbed me of life 10 something years.
Ma'am, I haven't robbed you of anything.
You're robbing me of it now. I'm doing a report, and you're committing
Ma'am,
crimes right now during my report. You are
ma'am,
robbing
I'm
me of
not.
it. If you're condoning
I'm not
someone,
robbing.
assault someone, and
I'm
arrest
giving
someone
you
at a
your
support
options,
group,
ma'am.
and
Is
then
there
starting an
anything else I
argument
can
with them
help
and
you with?
abusing their power,
Ma'am,
forcing them to speak with
is there
scammers
anything else I
that
can
call
help
to
you with?
call, that argue, and are condescending, you are contributing to it.
Ma'am, is
If
there
you're not a
anything
part of the
else I can
solution,
help
you're
you
a
with?
part of the problem. I don't want to have to
There's nothing
endure
else
this
I can help
nonsense
you with unless we
call to
figure out that.
call, bought off and paid
Have a good
before I
day,
made
ma'am.
the
Bye bye.
call for someone to start an argument to contribute to psychological abuse. And you have to record it because nobody would ever believe it. I'd like to do a police report.
Sure, something that happened here in Addison,
It did.
Illinois.
And my phone is glitching. You're
You're
right.
calling Addison, Illinois.
Yeah, you knew before I did. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Hey. Sure. Bye-bye.
That's how they can set up the counterfeit calls.
Thank you for calling Addison's Public Safety Non-Emergency Line. Please note that beginning October 1st, our new non-emergency number will be 469-289-3270. Our current number has experienced recent outages, and switching to the new number will ensure more reliable communication. Again, the new number is 469.
It said no messages can be taken. I stopped recording and it kept recording anyway. This is Addison Police Department. And then it forwarded me over to Addison Town Police Department and then Addison Police Department in Illinois. And then whatever's happening with this number. Yes, I'd like to do a police report.
You want to make a police report?
Yes, I would like to make a police report.
Okay. What's the city?
That city. For that city.
What city?
Oh, Addison.
Addison.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the address of the incident?
I don't want to leave that anonymous. I'm homeless. But the address was at a Red Roof Inn. It's just, I just want to do a police report in general about circumstances I've experienced.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay. It's multiple different incidents I wanted to report. Do I do the report to you or with the police? Who do I do the report with?
So you'll do it with the police. I'll have an officer contact you once I get the information in.
Okay.
But I have to have an area of where the incident happened for me to put it into the system.
I mean, even when a person is homeless?
I mean, it's not an address. It's just what happened.
Okay. It was the incident happened at the Red Roof Inn.
Okay. And then can I get a callback number?
Yes, I don't know exactly. I was at the Red Roof Inn and the police department came. I was trying to flee a domestic violence crisis ever since 3:30, and I think they came at about 11 something, or maybe 10. So, but I had been up. I'm sorry.
They came today at 11. You said?
No, it was in the past. So nonetheless, they came and then they said that someone lied and told them I was in a domestic violence crisis. And I said, well, since you're here, I'd like to discuss abuse. And they walked off while I was talking. And then Red Roof Inn demanded a cleanup and was being weird before checkout time. And then they took all the covers off the bed. And then I had already paid for a whole week. But they took the sheets and covers off my bed and then scammed and then waited on the police. And then the police, I didn't know they were being weird, so I just said, I closed the door because he was just waiting and waiting, and nothing happened, and so I just closed the door and said, forget it. But there were no sheets on the bed, and I had, like I said, paid for a
Okay, so
week.
are you
I'm trying to do
are
a
you
report. I'm just trying to show conspiracy, and I'm trying to communicate with you, and I can't. All my reports are interrupted, so I can't do them. So nonetheless, so they were being weird. So then they were waiting on the police. And then I didn't know what was happening. So then I closed the door, and then the police they said that they were going to give me a room change through the door. And I said, well, I'm getting dressed. What room is it? That's why I had closed the door. And then the Addison police didn't want him. They couldn't get their lie straight. So the Addison police came and said that it's the Addison police opened the door and told the man to give me a criminal trespass. What happens repeatedly over and over. Then when he couldn't explain why they were putting me out the hotel, he assaulted me and arrested me, where I was not allowed to go to court. But I would like to concentrate on this conspiracy and how, when I'm in court, in jail on false charges, I'm deprived of my constitutional right to go to court, terrorized, and denied legal representation. So I would like to report that.
Okay, do you remember what room you were in when this happened?
No, but I mean, if someone were to do law enforcement, all they have to do is pull up my arrest record. It's several of them,
Can I
like
have your first
almost
and last
30.
name, please?
Okay, I'm sorry. What was your name?
My name's Tyler.
Okay, do you have an employee ID?
9323.
And this is Addison Police Department?
This is Police and Fire Dispatch for Addison, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'd like to report make a police report.
In reference to what address?
It was there at the police department.
Oh, it's an event that occurred at the police department?
It is. And then I would like to report the experience after the event that occurred at the police department.
Okay. What's a good phone number for you here?
Okay, what's your name?
It's Joe.
Okay, and are you a dispatcher?
That's correct.
Okay, and what's happening? You need my number to do the report?
No, I'm not doing a report because I'm not a police officer, so I can't do a police report. I'll be getting your phone number because it's going to be most likely contact by phone because I take it you're not at the police office now.
I can't understand what you're saying. The call's breaking up.
Yeah, it's a phone number to do the report for the officer to call you because I take it you're not at the station currently. Is that right?
No.
Yeah, so they're going to have to contact you by phone then unless you're in Grand Prairie and we need them out in person.
Okay. Well, you can call me back. Is there internal affairs? I think I did communicate my experience there. I came there and I was trying to report something going on with my card and I had proof and they were like covering for it. So I went to go speak with the victim's advocate and then they interrupted and I waited an extensive amount of time. They lied to me. So I kind of walked around the police department on my own and ran into it and found the victim's advocate. So then I went in there on my own and waited like 30 something minutes. And then the police department interrupted me speaking with the advocate. And then I don't really remember the details, but it was bizarre. So I left and I didn't get anywhere. I think I tried to make phone calls on the phone because my phone was hacked. And then they interrupted me saying something. I would like to communicate what happened. So then I left and I called on my phone because I was trapped in abuse and could not get help. So I called on my phone and whoever I was talking to said that I had to go through the police. I asked for shelters. That's what happened. I asked for local shelters. And they said that the only way in this county...
There's a lot of them back there, so just to make sure, so we initially entered the convo with wanting to do a report.
I would like to... This is really vital that I communicate this. That whoever I was spoke with said that I had to have this police come out and they couldn't give me any local shelters. The police had to give it to me.
Sorry, we're both talking at the same
I
time.
know that that's rude. This is vital, and I'm trying to report to you what happened. Are you not able to hear me? So I told asked for local resources, and she said that I had to have the police come out. Whoever I was talking to on the phone, and then the police had to give me the resources. So I showed the police that they needed evidence that I was in a domestic violence crisis, and I gave them this information that I've been to the FBI, multiple different reports, and they handcuffed me and took me to Parkland, and then I lost my car.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
You're not able to hear me?
I am, but I'm trying to get on the same page with you, so I can get you some help in the one you're asking for, okay?
Okay.
Initially started the convo as you have to do a report. I interpreted that as a criminal police report. But you're looking to speak to internal affairs? Is that what you want to do?
No, I would like a report number. Because I'm reporting crimes and internal affairs doesn't get me anyway. I'm not really being heard. I like a report number. And this is part of the issue that everywhere I'm doing a report, I'm silenced and I get nowhere.
Is it a complaint on the police department? Is that the...
No, I like to do a police report on crimes. I just don't want it to be biased for 10 years plus, these crimes that the government officials keep racking up. So since no one repeatedly holds them accountable, I just want to get a paper trail of me trying to report crimes and people repeatedly tampering with evidence, which is a felony, and obstructing justice, as well as multiple other crimes. So since you will not investigate yourself, I have a right to report crimes that you repeatedly keep committing.
I need you to stop kind of just going off the
But I can't make reports everywhere I'm at if I'm interrupted doing the report, which is a felony charge, that people repeatedly not held accountable. Just because you're strategizing a tactic to silence me call to keep me from reporting crimes, it still don't deflect on the fact that you're actively committing a crime, trying to tamper with evidence. I've had to endure this living hell 10 years. So are you robbing me of the right to report crimes because government officials repeatedly keep committing them? Are you robbing me of that ability to report crimes that they committed?
And you have to stop kind of...
That's a yes or no question. This is why I don't want to be here, because you have been out of control and no one seems to keep hold you accountable, and you just keep blank.
You just keep talking. I'm gonna have to...
Yeah, people always do that. That's why I can't do a report.
Are you wanting to complain on the department? Is that what you're wanting to do?
No, I'm not being heard. I'm trying to express to you over and over. You're trying to articulate your words to help me get nowhere. I want to do a police report.
Not satisfactory with the help you got.
No, I would like to do a police report because government officials are committing crimes, and it should not be a double standard to keep them from getting.
That's going to be a complaint on the department. That's going to
I would like to do a police report. I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard. I've already done that and didn't get anywhere. So you won't take the report? And what was your name?
I can't take the report because I'm not an officer, so I can't do your
Well, you won't submit it for a report. You're committing a crime by depriving me of my right to be able to report crimes because you're trying to cover for what government officials have done.
Okay, what would you like to do then?
I would like to do a report. I keep saying it over and over.
Okay, so your options are internal affairs, or you can talk to the desk officer.
So you're denying me my right to do a report. Okay, if you won't let me do a report, you didn't do it. Let me do it in person when I couldn't use my card properly. I got arrested in Dangerfield. So you won't let me report government officials' crimes. Let me go on to the next party.
Who would you like to speak to? Which one of those options?
I said that I want to do a police report. If you're tampering with evidence and haven't got charges, I can't interrupt it. You're the government. You are repeatedly allowed to be out of control.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm going to set up a call for the desk officer to call you, okay? What's your phone number?
They don't call back. Yes, I'd like to do a police report.
Yes, ma'am. All right, my dear. I can help you start that process. What kind of report? What happened?
Okay, so I was at one safe place trying to flee a domestic violence crisis. And the organization, I believe the police department told them not to give me assistance and to be psychologically abusive. And then when the organization got caught and deprived me of assistance, the police surfaced from nowhere to cover for whatever was happening with that organization, and then set me up and took me to JPS Mental Hospital. So I want to report the crime of me not being allowed to have my constitutional right to go to court. Then they arrested me at one safe place when I was trying to get help to flee again. They went ahead and arrested me and took me to jail, and I was not allowed to go to court and denied legal representation. So I would like to report the crimes being committed with the courts. It's been impossible for me to report the police. So I just want to report how the courts are depriving me of my constitutional right to appear at court, how I'm mistreated in jail on false charges, deprived of recreation, phone calls, and scams.
Okay, so let me figure out how to make a report like that, my dear. Just in case, what's your phone number?
Yes, I've made multiple different reports, and I'm not able to get my records. Can you tell me give me an update on if I have an investigator? Because for a while, for a whole week, I was reporting every day. I couldn't use my phone. And then
okay. So what was? It's probably going to be under that phone number. Is it this?
How many reports do you have? You need my first name again, and you're looking at it, and you need my first name?
No. I'm asking for your birthday, ma'am.
Oh, okay. How many reports is it?
But this is going all the way to like 2017.
You only have 4 reports?
Yes, ma'am.
You should have about 30. because I couldn't use.
Going off of, I know,
Yeah.
my dear, and I'm so sorry, but all I'm seeing right here is the fourth. that
Okay.
I'm
Well, what
looking
are
at.
the 4 reports you see?
Um,
This is why I can't get records because the reports aren't happening and they don't want me to know it. Okay. So what are the 4 reports you have?
so it's not letting me open them.
It's
It's
not
saying I
letting
have
you
to
open
give you
them.
open public records. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
this is, but that I have to be mentally ill, but it's just I can't put my finger on why it's impossible to get records and why repeatedly no one can open files, even in person. And what's even more incredible is how they have not had charges.
Have they not had what?
Charges. So I don't know what to do because I've made like 30 something reports of thefts at the hospital, JPS hospital. I tried to report crimes at the hospital. I tried to report being gang stalked. I reported multiple different times that a car sped up like it was going to hit my friend. And then you
So
can't
there's
open
a
that.
couple.
That's serious. I reported
Yeah, there's
I reported that
so
someone
there's
deliberately
a
tried
couple
to trip
options we
me,
can
and it
go
had
through
happened
from
multiple.
here.
This is a police department,
Miss
and I'm
Clark.
being robbed of my right to report crimes again.
No, Miss
It's
Clark.
which
So
is
what I can
criminal.
do is
Tampering
have
with
a
evidence
sergeant.
is a
Miss
felony.
Clark, could you let me finish so I can help you?
I'm trying to get clarity. If I can't do a report,
You're
how are you
talking
going to
over
help
me,
me?
so I can't
I'm doing the
assist you
report.
like
You're
that.
slandering me.
How am I slandering you? I'm trying to tell you how I can help you.
You don't. No,
So
you're
I
trying to
can
interrupt me
transfer.
from communicating the
Miss
reports that
Clark,
I've made.
if you'd like, what I can do is have you speak with one of my supervisors about the matter, or we can have a sergeant call you back to discuss what's going on, if you'd like.
Okay,
What would
I
you
would
like
like
to
to
do?
be able to communicate with you. None of the files will let you open them.
I just told you that. No, ma'am, I do not have access to those.
I
can
just
give you the
want
phone number
YouTube
to
to
call
see.
us and
This is
open
why I haven't went
records if you'd
anywhere.
like.
So if the serious things were
Clark.
happening, I reported how my car was disabled
Miss
and I couldn't
Clark.
use it multiple different times. I reported how PF Change tried to rob me of
Miss
funds.
Clark, I can give you the phone number to open in public records, and then I can transfer you to either my supervisor or, again, have a sergeant call you back. This is not something that I can open or fix.
Okay, so let me make sure I have clarity. So reporting all these people reporting cars sped up like it was going to hit me and my friends, and
Okay,
then
Miss Clark,
I'm not able to speak year after year for 10 years. And it
okay, so
doesn't
Miss
seem
Clark,
like you guys are
you're
going to
ignoring
change your
what I'm trying
behavior.
to do, which is trying to assist you.
The
I'm gonna
problem
go
of it
ahead and
is that
transfer
you guys are trying to
okay?
make it psychologically abusive, low key
Miss
for me to
Clark,
report
I'm going to
crimes.
transfer you. Stay on the phone.
So then I have to repeat myself over and over to get nowhere. This is strategized purposely to rob someone of peace, joy, serenity, terrorize them low key, and never get accountability for it. We're not interrupting your report. We promise. And we can't, I just can't open it for 10 years. I just can't open it. I don't see it. You gotta be trying to get the records. It never happens.
Gary, how can I help you?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Supervisor Gary, how can I help you, ma'am?
Okay, I don't understand who you supervisor, what are you with? I mean, what department are you with?
Supervisor of the communications department, ma'am.
Would that be relevant in how like 30 something reports came up missing to speak with you?
30 reports. If we don't have reports in our system, then the reports were not made.
I have them recorded.
Okay, were they with another agency, ma'am?
No, your Fort Worth police.
Okay, so when did you make these reports, ma'am?
I made most of them in 2000. What time frame do you show the report? She's trying to hide from me like all multiple different places I call.
So with phone number.
Oh, okay, so she transfer you blindly and you don't know who you're speaking with? Because she just said she saw 4 reports.
Into?
She just said she saw 4 reports that came up missing? Because each time you guys get caught in lies, you punish me for it. My son does it too. So if she just had 4 reports, how did they disappear?
When these reports were made, ma'am.
What are the reports you're looking at? When do you show that those were?
I have no reports. So when did you make these reports?
I want to make the report to the feds. But nonetheless, this is what you guys
Well,
have gotten away with 10 years. So you need my information all over again. I have
the
to start
federal
all over
government
again.
has nothing to do with the Fort Worth Police Department, ma'am. So if you're trying to make a report to the feds, then you need to contact them to do so.
Okay, I don't know what to do because I don't want to keep living like this and have people hijack my phone and corruption and be paid to start arguments before I place calls and cover for crimes. And
So
that's an
again,
incredible story.
if you're wanting to make a report to the feds, then you need to contact them.
I'm not on the line with the feds. I'm on the line with Fort Worth Police, and I'm trying to communicate on why you have 4 reports that she won't tell me what they are, and now you don't know who I am, and you can't get
So
your life
if you
straight.
had made a report, ma'am, you would have been given a report number.
I have it recorded, but the fact still remains that you won't tell me what reports you have, so I don't know what reports that you're hiding. What reports that you have? I reported someone sped up to like they were going to hit up my friend. This is why I have a speech impediment. 10 years of it.
What does that have to do with what I'm asking you? I'm asking you to provide me with the report numbers. If you made the report, then you would have a report number. If you don't have the reports, then there was not a report made.
Okay, let me get on my phone. I have to get on my device and find the report number. You're unwilling to look in your system to see what you have. She said she had 4 and wouldn't tell me what the reports were.
I don't see anything. Did you call on the number that you are calling now?
How did I get you? I didn't understand what happened. She didn't give you any
We're
information?
not going to do this. You have a good day. If you need to have anything pulled, you can contact Open Records. That's the end of that. So in order for me to help you, you're not providing me with any information to go off of. So
The government enforces that you're disrespected on the line. It's a key part of being targeted. They want you to feel worthless. It's carefully orchestrated. Because I wanted to sting and hurt that you're fighting for your life and be an emotional wreck. You will pay because I'm not going to prison. I don't know who to speak with, just being powerless to have to endure this.
Exactly, Sergeant Jones.
I just really don't know what to do. Yes, ma'am. I'd like to do a police report.
Regarding?
Okay. Do you take the reports?
Well, it depends on what it is. You have to come into the station, or do you need to call 911 for them to come to your location?
Oh, that's how it happens in Dallas. May I have your name?
I'm sorry?
May I have your name?
Sergeant Jones.
Okay. Oh, you're Sergeant.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. What I've been left several messages with Skinner. He won't call me back. I reported maybe like 100 and something plus reports in Dallas that have never been investigated, ranging from someone hitting a child with a car, stalking, identity theft, robberies, pickpocketing, multiple different assaults, ran off roads, conspiracy to violate rights crimes, phone hacking, false reports, corruption with courts, attacked. It's Kiana. I reported my abuser probably like 15 times, 20 times to get nowhere. They can't find any of the 15 to 20 reports on them. I've been put out of places on blatant lies. I reported it repeatedly over and over to the police. Strangers have told me to get out. And I was...
Do you have a case number that I can refer to?
You don't see any of them?
Well, I need one. Can you give me a number?
A lot of people strategize avenues knowing that a person wouldn't readily have a case number. If there's 100 of them, are they all missing? I tried to get my records, and they demanded that I got 3 that they chose, and it was false statements in them. I'm not allowed records. No, I don't have them. It's 100.
What location are you calling 911 for?
It was Dallas. I reported a poisonous snake. They kept hanging up in my face. I tried to report the correlation of me getting these unusual things in YouTube. And then I saw the poisonous snake, and it's been happening years. And I tried to report that so it would be evidence. And then I reported that this CPS worker called me, and it repeatedly kept happening when my abuser was mad, starting arguments. I reported that I couldn't get mail at my sister's house. She was keeping me from mail, vital mail. I reported her. I reported the post office wouldn't give me the same mail.
What address are these offenses happening at?
I just don't understand where 100 reports are at. You got my information. Was it no reasoning behind you doing that? Is it all missing?
Can you give me an address?
You're a sergeant? I think
Can you
were
give
you
me
the
an
one that threatened to
address,
take me
ma'am?
to jail for trying to report my abuser? Your name sounds familiar. You may be on my YouTube channel. You remember Kiana
Ma'am,
Clark?
I don't arrest people.
No, the person that threatened to take me to jail. It sounds. I thought I remembered a Jones for trying to report. I called 911 because they kept covering for my abuser
Well, it
at
wasn't
South
me.
Central Patrol. Okay,
No,
no.
this is. I'm sorry. This is Southwest Patrol. It wasn't me.
Okay, well, I don't know what to do because there's 100 in reports, and I gave you my information, and you don't see any of them.
Can you give me an address where this is occurring?
There's multiple different
On your
addresses.
address.
It's multiple
Huh?
different addresses.
Multiple addresses. Okay, what's your date of birth? Let me try to.
Now they have to do this whole game. So a targeted individual, what's essentially happening is someone being in prison that's free. So they strategically cause things to happen, which can hold a person in prison, and then they do it in an avenue to not ever get charges. So you have a normal life to where you can go shop. You're not isolated at churches. You don't have, it's a deliberate schemes to isolate someone. It's deliberately, they interrupt relationships with family, friends, anyone that you can possibly have relationships with. It's carefully orchestrated. And then they force someone to sit in there and being violated and rob them of having a voice. That's what it is being targeted. So you have to sit and live your life years, a decade, and be robbed of things that other people have as a citizen. And then they'll let you have a little leeway, and then after that, they'll pull the rug up under you just to show you who's in control. So at any moment, any living environment that I live in, they can just decide they'll set up a false arrest, or they'll have someone lie on me to get me out of the stability of a safe environment. Good time. So each day I have a choice. Do I want to continue to live the way the government wants me to live? Just imprisoned, trapped. The truth of the matter is I just don't have a choice. There's no choices for me. All of this is forced on me with no possibility of escaping until someone
Hello,
does
ma'am?
something. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. Is there any way you can come up to the station?
I came up to the station and couldn't get my records. They threatened my arrest at police headquarters. And I came up to the station and they just we couldn't get anything resolved, and multiple different times they didn't even want to take reports. And I thought that was a crime.
And you don't have not one case number, anything that I can try to look up?
I think the suspicious part is you not having them. I'm not law enforcement.
But normally if you make a report, they would give you a report
Normally,
number.
if someone makes a report, and police department after police department don't hide it. That's the problem.
Well, what reason would they have to do that?
Well, if you don't see 100 and something reports, what would you suspect is happening?
Well, you're not giving me any information to look these 100
Why is it
reports
being
up.
here with my name and birthday?
No, I can't look it up that way.
Well, then why would you have me on hold all this time if you couldn't look it up that
or
way?
a phone number.
Okay, I can give you a phone number.
Coming up like that.
I can give you a phone number. Okay, you said you need an address or a phone number, and then when I said phone number, you demanded an address?
No, ma'am, address or your report or case number.
Because I found out that a lot of parties are scamming to keep me from getting information. So they try to ask for things that they know I don't have as an alibi on why they're repeatedly withholding me information. So then you said phone number, then an address?
No, I need an address or a case number or an incident number.
So you can't find it with my name or anything that's
No,
easy?
ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
let me give you an address. One moment. So there's someone in the background talking to her, and then they put me on hold. I'm not quite certain on why all these armies full of people have to work with helping me. Team up together to help me to get nowhere. What'd she say? Well, how are you in the first place? And then when he was talking to me and they had to strategize some kind of con, I just gave her an address. Then they just put me on hold. All these people scheming together and working together, and I repeatedly get nowhere. So I'm on hold all this time. They didn't think that I'd get an address, and now this device is glitching and it does this. My other device does it too. This is new for this device to do this. This is the time. I just really don't understand a target, how someone is targeted, why people would strategize to do all this. Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful to have my life, but why don't they just murder me? What's the point of buying off everywhere I'm at? I mean, they could easily murder me. Everyone's covering for it. I don't understand why government officials target people. That's why I need this book. I guess I have to try to get it on Kindle. It just doesn't make sense.